Good evening, everybody. Everybody ready? Well, thank you for coming, everybody. This is our third Southwest Ohio GiveCamp, 2012. How many? So, just real quick, how many people have been here before? Just raise your hand. Man, that's an awful lot. How about everybody who's not been here before? Just show them around and things along. About 50-50? Cool. Well, we should have quite a few more. We had a record number of volunteers register this year, somewhere around 85, 86, 87, counting the couple of people that showed up today and hadn't registered. No big deal. That's awesome. So I want to thank everybody for coming out today. So putting this thing on is not necessarily easy. There's a lot of people that go into putting this thing on. Most of the people out here in blue are the organizers who've been working on this since probably June or July, working with charities, trying to get the website going. This man up here taking pictures is the one who has put the new website up for us, where we can update content really well. Some of us in the course of this had babies, which doesn't make it any easier.
Some of us had 2 babies.
Yeah, I had 2 babies, twins. They'll make a showing, I'm sure, at some point. Some of us are starting businesses in the course of all this. So there's a lot that goes on here, and I really want to thank you to all the people that organized and put their time in over the last couple of months to put this together. Can I get a round of applause for that? You want to know mine? Oh, okay. Well, I'm Ryan Cromwell, now that we're halfway through this thing. I'm from the Dayton area, and I've been here since the first GiveCamp, as many of the organizers and many of the volunteers are. So, all right, let's keep going. I can, oh, you want me to go through everybody? All right, so this is Matt Brewer over here and his family, his 2 kids. He's got some more of them up there. Matt is one of those guys helping start a new business this year. He's been with us all 3 years.
Yeah, it was Ryan and I and another guy named Ed that started.
Yeah, another guy named Ed. So we've got Kelly Dolan and Michael Kroger. Are they in here? There they are. Is Michael around?
He's outside.
He's out wandering around. Those shirts that you're wearing are a result of them. So thank you very much for putting that together. Peggy has also been a huge part of putting this together, between finding sponsors, as well as working with this during the weekend, helping put everything together. So she makes sure everything runs smoothly and that the coffee is full. Chad, who's running around taking pictures, Chad Rosenthal, he has been redoing our website this year, helping us get new information out to you guys a little quicker and things along that line. So thank you, Chad. Woo! Woo! Michael Theron. Michael Theron is. Woo! There we go. He's got a few fans over here. So Michael, you'll know Michael's work here in a few moments. At the end of this ceremony, you'll certainly see a ton of work he's put into making this look a little more professional. And he tries, definitely. Eric Schwartz, all the charities probably know him, right? They've been working with him, as well as Andrew Sporlin.
He's at the registration desk.
Oh, he's at the registration desk. The two of them make this a lot easier because they actually help us get charities here. It's fun to be here by ourselves and just hang out, but it's nice to have something to do too. Thank you to Eric and Andrew, and then Ernie. Where's Ernie? Ernie's running the camera tonight. That's his game. He's going to be on a team this year, aren't you, Ernie?
Good try.
That was his big wish. Ernie, for the last couple of years, has also run our website. That's been a big deal, helping us get information and get the volunteers registered and charities organized and things along that line. So, thank you, Ernie. So all of this is absolutely impossible without a little bit of cash and a little bit of goodies to hand out at the end. I want to thank, if whoever can point out the goofy thing that happens on this thing, raise your hand. You get it. I'll get you a prize. All right. What was it? The crazy eyes? Did you see the crazy eyes? Yeah, we didn't expect that to happen. These are all of our sponsors. Many of them are businesses. Many of them are bringing food for us to eat over the course of the weekend. So we really want to thank all of our sponsors. If you happen to run by Engage, Kelly and Michael, let them know. Say thank you. Nish Tech, I believe, is, where'd you go, Suresh? There you are, as well. Big sponsors. We have a number of goodies and things along that line and swag at the end of this thing. So that's a result of these guys up here. So thank you to all of our sponsors. So this building is beautiful. It's certainly better than most of the GiveCamps get, and it's a big thanks to Rod Nimitz and Brad Farr, who all 3 years helped us put this together and give us this facility at a reduced rate from what we would normally have to pay. So big thank you to those guys and also all the things they put together for us. So if Brad is running around and you never have Wi-Fi problems, he's the man to thank. They have really good Wi-Fi here for an event like this. They act behind the scenes, but the Leadership Council helps us manage all the funds. So all these sponsors who get a nice little receipt that they can deal with in their taxes at the end of the year, which certainly helps out with our sponsors, that's a result of the Leadership Council, who's basically dealing with all of our funding and finances. We certainly have to work with them, but they make that all possible. So thank you to the Leadership Council as well. So a few little pieces of information. If you're on Twitter, our Twitter handle is SW Ohio GiveCamp. I don't dance. Sorry. If you can, throughout the weekend, if you even are just starting a Twitter account, our hashtag is going to be SWOGC. So follow that. It'll be on our website. We'll be tweeting from that, providing some information.
Sorry, that's all it makes computers sleep. That's all I gotta say.
And dim the lights. All right. Flickr photos. We'll be updating Flickr photos, but if you also happen to be taking pictures with your cell phone, whatever, and upload them to Flickr, tag them with SWOGC 2012. If you go out and look at 2011, and it kind of follows the same pattern, you can figure it out. You've been around 3 years. You can go back and look at some of those pictures that we showed earlier while you were waiting for me to get started. Those will come off of Flickr. Doors tonight and tomorrow will start to lock at 9 o'clock. It doesn't mean... What's that?
Tomorrow is 7.
Oh, tomorrow is 7. I'm sorry. So tonight the doors will lock at 9 o'clock. Tomorrow they will close at 7 o'clock. What that means is there's going to be a guard here, and then we'll be walking around. This badge, don't leave it. Don't leave it behind. You need it to get back in. So make sure you're taking it out with you so you can get back in, show it to the guard. Otherwise they're going to think you're crazy. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. We will be open all night tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be closing at midnight. You're going to talk about this morning?
Yes.
Yeah, you're going to talk about it more. So just make sure you have the badge. I certainly want to thank all of you for showing up. It's fantastic. This certainly makes it worthwhile. All the charities certainly thank you as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you for taking time out. Thank your families for letting you run away, not change diapers. I'm missing out on a lot of diapers this weekend. Pretty nice. So I would imagine the same is true for Eric.
Yes. And Chad.
Yes. And so here's Eric, our esteemed leader.
All right, so I have the rough schedule. 6 o'clock, opening ceremonies, we're here. 7 o'clock, hopefully we're done by then for dinner. We're open all night from 7 o'clock till tomorrow morning. You're supposed to be working. You don't have to stay all night, but you can if you want. 8 o'clock, we'll have breakfast. 11:45, we'll have a group picture. And for any of you that are like me, and as a Miami alum, they have asked us to take a special picture of Miami alum as well afterwards, so that way it can be published in the Miami newsletter, and it helps promote us and get this facility back again next year. Noon will be lunch, 5 o'clock dinner, evening snacks. As Ryan said, it's going to close at midnight tomorrow night. Next one. Sunday, we'll reopen the doors at 7 a.m. in the morning. Breakfast at 8. Nonprofit training we have listed at 9 a.m. Really, any time that day. One of the main goals is make sure your nonprofit knows what they're doing or how to do whatever you gave them by the end of the day, and I have more to say about that at the end. Noon will be lunch, and then closing ceremonies will start roughly at 3, and we try to keep that about an hour so we can get everybody out here because it's been a long weekend sort of thing. So. All right, so Very important. Miami is smoke-free campus, meaning you can't even go outside the door and smoke. The only place you can smoke is inside your own private car. We already talked about the building access, and then just to help us out and help the custodians that come out here and help clean up around you as much as possible, sort of thing. There's lots of recycle bins and trash cans around as well. So, the map. For those of you that have not been around, we tried to have everything on that wing, on this way. And a good thing, we had too many volunteers and too many charities, so we have one room on this side as well. So the list of where the charities are is up there. The arrows are kind of hard to see, but the main stuff is down there. The only charity that's on this side is Communities United for Action. Everybody else is down there. We have some other people out there joining you in that room as well.
Because they might affect the team. Just kidding, guys.
So there's also, right here, a good note is room 123 up there on the right. That's our command center, so if you need to find one of us, that's probably where one of us will be. So now, without further ado, we'll introduce the charities. I've asked them each to have a little 5-minute to introduce themselves and their project. So, I'm getting the list here. First up is Campfire USA, and Keith Harrison is going to introduce them. Mike Theron, who's also an organizer over there, is their team lead.
All right. Thank you. First off, I would like to thank GiveCamp for doing this for our organization. Campfire, formerly Campfire Girls, formerly Campfire Boys and Girls, formerly Campfire USA, now Campfire. So you can see why we really need an overhaul. So people can truly identify who we are. Campfire is one of the oldest youth development organizations in the United States, dating back to 1910. Our organization is in Dayton, Ohio. We've been around since 1939, providing youth development services. So we have a long history of being in the communities throughout the Montgomery County. One of the reasons, and we've served over 7,000 youth from that time, 1939, all the way up until the present. Right now we're based in Huber Heights, Ohio. We sit on 9.3 acres of property. We have a 5,300 square foot building where we are partnered with the Huber Heights schools. The school buses drop kids off. We're currently serving 2nd through 8th grade. We've served K through 12th as well. But given the current economy and how things change, we try to change with the trends as well and focus on the needs that the community wants. So 2nd through 8th grade is the big need that we needed to focus on. In our Campfire site, we have a computer lab for the kids. We also have a full kitchen, service kitchen. We have a 30 by 60 multiplex room where they can watch big screen movies as well as play games, and for breakout sessions. In our educational area, we have tables and chairs, and then we have a conference room. And there's only 2 offices in the building. On the premises, one of our dedicated volunteers, my wife, Mrs. Harrison, she's a professional landscaper. She's built a beautiful fire circle that seats, I think, what, 15, 10, 22, and there's stumps. That fire pit is used a lot, you know, community. We also rent our facility out. We also have a community garden that we built. So all these things we need to let people know online, because everywhere I go and I talk about our organization, people say, I didn't know you were still around. And you just get tired of hearing that. So we wrote into GiveCamp because we need that online exposure that will get us out into social media, as well as to funders, businesses, children's, families, to see what Campfire is about. And we hope to be able to express that with the rebuilding of our site. So we want to achieve our local awareness of today's campfire to affect our market position. We want to increase connection with funders and advance the mission. We want to rejuvenate the new Campfire brand, which looks like that. It used to be a flame, and that flame had been around a long time, so the direction of the national organization got with a group of youth, and this was the design by the youth, which is a spark. And as you can see under it says, light the fire within. And we want to increase visibility throughout the Ohio region. So I've been the executive director there for 12 years, and myself, my secretary, we're very small staff. We've had large staff, we've had medium-sized staff, and we're down to just 4, 2 full-time and 2 part-time. So myself and my secretary, we are the marketing department. I'm the human resource department. I am the finance department. I am the community liaison along with my wife, and the executive director of daily operations. So it's quite extensive, and it keeps me going. I was in a workshop all day this morning. I was telling Mike from 8 to 4 and shot down here. So people know if you're an executive director, you never sleep. You know? So I am so happy though about this because we've never had a professional website before. It's always been something that we pull some people to throw something together, and it hasn't worked. So I'm hoping that we will have a look now and information that will draw people to our organization, and so we can serve them and let them know what we're all about. Thank you.
All right, next up we have Hannah's treasure chest, which is Sarah Williams and Leslie Marsh.
Sarah! Well, first off, thank you for spending your entire weekend doing probably what you love to do anyway. I'm Sarah Williams. I'm the executive director for Hannah's Treasure Chest, and Leslie Marsh is our admin, social media, photographer, everything else guru at Hannah's.
And Steve Lyle.
Yes, and Steve Lyle is our
Sorry, Steve, you can come over, you know, you don't have to hide in the back.
And much like Keith, we are the staff at Hannah's. We rely on volunteers to do everything at Hannah's. We have about 60 to 70 core volunteers that come in every day that we are open, Monday through Thursday, and they work 10 to 4. And what we do is we actually come alongside other agencies like Campfire, and we provide things that the kids need. So anything a kid could use or want or need, other than if it requires food or air. We don't provide kitties or dogs or goldfish. We provide that stuff. So clothing, 7 to 10 days worth of matching outfits, shoes, socks, underwear, toys, school supplies, equipment like high chairs, strollers, car seats. So that's what we do. We come alongside all of our partners, all of our clients are actually other nonprofit agencies. We serve 65 other nonprofit agencies in 4 counties. So we actually work in Warren, Montgomery, Butler, and Greene County. So 2 north, 2 south, and we are located in Centerville, Ohio. So we are actually central to all of our agencies. Last year, our volunteers put in thousands of hours. We actually have an honor system. They track their own volunteers. We reward them. We praise them. We bless them. We can't do what we do without them. So us being able to partner with GiveCamp this year is really exciting. It's the first time that we're able to do something like this. So our goal for the weekend is to actually have a brand new official website launched for Hannah's. We've been around for 12 years, so on the opposite end of Campfire. We are very young as an organization, but our website that has been up has been in beta mode for 12 years. We are getting out of beta mode. Plus, our Facebook page is more popular than our web page. which is kind of sad, but in this day and age, it's kind of one of those really important pieces. So we're hoping to integrate all of our social media. Both Leslie and I are social media addicts in our personal lives, so it translates into our professional lives also. But that's how we receive all of the generous donations that come into Hannah's. Just one more quick thing to share with you is that 95% of what we are supplying to the nonprofit agencies is all gently used donated items from the community. So people pull up with their vans, they've cleaned out their garage after several years of lots of kids, and they bless us with all of that stuff to then recycle or upcycle, if you will, back into the community. And so many of our partner agencies also encourage then their clients, as long as it is still continued to be gently used, to then recycle and repurpose back to Hannah. We have a dumpster at our 8,000 square foot warehouse that we actually share with our landlord. So we very rarely throw a lot of stuff away. If we did, and it's not a big dumpster, it's one of the little ones. If we did, we would pack it every day. So we recycle batteries, we recycle bottles, we are very thrifty. We actually work with other agencies. Whatever clothing or equipment that our volunteers deem that is not worthy of Hannah's, we actually recycle then to other agencies, much like Salvation Army or Goodwill or Matthew 25 in Cincinnati, if any of you are familiar with them. So that's a little bit about Hannah's, but we're really excited about this week. Thank you.
Next up is United Rehabilitation Services, Ashley Brookie and Andy Douglas, which Andy is the team lead.
Well, United Rehabilitation Services has been around 56 years, and we have programs for kids and adults with disabilities. And I actually brought a video to play.
Kids, let's forget it. Clouds away in the brightness wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people passing by. See friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies cry and I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than we'll know, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Someday I wish upon a star, wake up with the clouds are far behind. Be where trouble melts like a lemon drops, high above the chimney top. That's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, way up high. The dream that you did too, why, oh why can't
Yeah, that's just what we do. We're very excited about this weekend, so we want to thank you guys for picking us as one of the charities. Basically, we need a whole new navigation system on our website. Because of all of our different services, it's kind of a mess. So a new navigation and a new look. Thank you.
Next up is Cincinnati Nature Center. Marissa Tucker is their representative, and Sabine Barghesi is their team lead.
I always like to start these things and asking who has been to Cincinnati Nature Center. If you haven't been, it's probably because we're one of the local hidden treasures in the area. But we were founded in 1965. We have just over 1,000 acres of forest, fields, and streams to explore. Right now, it's exceptionally beautiful with fall colors, so I encourage anybody who is ready to get outside after this weekend is over, to see me. I will give you a pass and you can hike and enjoy the beauty outdoors. Why we are here? Well, our mission is to, did I put that up there? It's to enrich lives by inspiring a passion for nature through education and experience and stewardship. And all of our programs are based from that. We have countless programs, about 300 continual volunteers. They come and go. We have outside groups come in. They work with our lands, they teach children, they work outdoors. We have all kinds of seasonal programs that we try and teach the community through. Who here likes maple syrup? Who here likes trudging through the snow to collect sap, dredge it back to the evaporator? Maple syrup. No, it's not bad. There are people who like it, so you can see me. But not as many people enjoy that. But it is a very interesting, unique educational experience that we offer. So the main reason I tried for this opportunity, and I'm so excited to be working with people this weekend, is because keeping track of 300 volunteers is near impossible, especially when they are all over and we have 2 separate locations. So we were hoping to build an online calendar of volunteer opportunities to help our volunteers sign up easily, to keep track of them. We have numerous staff people that need this information, but also for community outreach so that other people can see what we do and how they can get involved. So I really appreciate the opportunity and thank you all for being here.
Next up, we have Communities United for Action, and Kevin Mosier is the representative, and Chris Moore is the team lead.
Thank you. Our charity is so small that I'm a volunteer. They couldn't even send a staff member. Communities United for Action was founded about 32 years ago. So we're kind of a middle range, I guess, given the different ages here. It's a community organizing organization. The idea was originally to reach out to the poorest neighborhoods in Cincinnati to help the residents there to organize into neighborhood watches, block clubs, kind of the sorts of things that were happening in the 80s. And then they kind of expanded and flexed their muscles a little bit more. So they were instrumental in the passing of the Cincinnati Environmental Justice Ordinance. Bet you don't even know there is a Cincinnati Environmental Justice Ordinance, but CUFA helped to pass that. So they really listened to the needs of the communities in Cincinnati. They started with the poorest communities, now they're into the moderate income neighborhoods, listening to the block clubs that are there, trying to figure out what are the needs, what are the common needs, and figuring out how to organize together to combat the needs in those neighborhoods. Well, for the last 8 years, long before the economic crisis hit, foreclosure has been a problem in a lot of neighborhoods. And so our application that we're working on this weekend is to help with that, to address the foreclosures in the neighborhoods throughout Hamilton County. So it's all of the neighborhoods in Hamilton County. So the project we're building is an online application where a neighbor, a resident in a neighborhood can post information about a vacant property. So they'll type in the address, they'll get some information back from our system that will tell them who to contact about the vacant property. They'll be able to mark down on that form that we give them what the issue is with is it high grass, are there critters crawling about, are there abandoned vehicles, that sort of thing. And then Communities United for Action will collect all that information and use that to take to the owners who, for a lot of the foreclosed properties, are banks, to try to put some leverage and some muscle behind, instead of individual homeowners complaining, to put some a little bit bigger oomph from the organization that they've got. We're going to allow them to add a picture to that, and we're hoping then to start to use some of the social media opportunities and sort of post pictures, you know, here are the top 10 worst vacant properties in Hamilton County, and then let people vote on those and that sort of thing. This is Communities United for Action is also part of a national alliance, so what we're hoping, there's nothing like this that we know of across the country. What we're hoping is that the application here will then be able to be redeployed to counties around us, but then also perhaps nationwide. So we're hoping that what we do here will have a big impact on trying to get the vacant properties taken care of in our areas. Thank you.
All right, next up is Camp Joy. Michelle Slocum is their representative. Nathan Stoller is their team lead. Camp Joy is actually repeat. They were a charity last year with a completely different project. We had an iPhone application, and Michelle will tell you what we're doing for them.
Hi, I'm really thrilled to be here, and as you were saying, our organization was one of the recipients last year, and we really enjoyed the opportunity to use the tool that they built for us last year. I'm the Finance and HR Director for Camp Joy. We are Joy Outdoor Education Center, as some people know us. We've been in business for 74 years, and we have about 16,000 participants come through our organization every year. We provide team building and leadership training to corporate organizations and high school students and universities. We also provide outdoor education experience to 5th and 8th graders. And then in the summertime and throughout some weekends, we provide an overnight camp experience for kids in foster care, or kids with medical needs, or kids who are economically or financially challenged. I did bring a video, and before we start the video, I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing this year. For several years, myself and my staff have wanted to try to have an employee portal on our website to be able to utilize tools for them a little easier and have access for information for them a lot easier. And as we hire about 100 staff in the summer, to be able to allow them to apply online and have a little more green process and not print off the mounds of paper we have to send them every year. So what we're doing this year is to build that website so that we can utilize some of those pieces for our staff and our prospects and our board. And this will tell you a little bit about our mission and what our camp experience is.
Sorry, Doug, I didn't get that.
Words can't describe what camp is to a lot of people, and just being blessed enough to be able to experience this as a camper and now again as a counselor, and giving that experience back to these kids it's indescribable. I was diagnosed with Ewing sarcoma, which is a childhood colon cancer, and I'm 4.5 years clear. I'm almost at my 5-year cancer-free mark, so I'm doing phenomenal. I can't ask for anything better. I started out as a camper, and I was a camper completely for 3 years, and then the next summer I came back as a camper for a final time, and I came back for another week to work as a junior counselor with the little kids. I had always known that I wanted to apply for a job, but the week that I was a junior counselor it sealed it. It made me completely realize that this is what I wanted to do. And I knew coming in that I would have the best summer of my entire life. It's been a blessing, it's been awesome. I've had so many new challenges and triumphs at the same time that it's given me so much over the years.
I have sickle cell anemia. It means like your blood cells are kind of shaped a different way than other people's. I can't swim all the time, like when other kids swim. I can't run like a long period of time. I have to sit out all the time on different things. It's kind of like an unfair life. I like it here because you can kind of express yourself in any way you kind of want to. Camp Joy is fantabulous. It's fantastic and fabulous.
Camp Joy is a place of magic. I was a quiet, shy kind of kid. I would just sit around, not doing anything. Didn't have any friends, and then I came out to camp. Camp's made me the person I am today. My mission is to be a change in their life. Most of these kids I can relate to a certain extent. So I try to be that role model, that positive person in their life. A counselor I had in the past, the light in a bad situation. That's what I try to teach the kids, be the light.
The place I live in a kind of like the projects of Cincinnati. And there's a lot of trouble and uncivilized people there. The people at Camp Joy are like really nice. They're polite and they're bright. And from Allendale, where I live at, people are mean. They're good and bitter. They're just mean and bitter. Every time I come here, I always change in my feelings and the way I see people. Camp Joy is family, fun, and it's a bright place to be.
Camp Joy is hope, it's love, it's friendship, it's support, it's kindness, but it's fun. I have referred to camp as my happy place for many, many years. Whenever I talked about it, my friends, they're like, oh, that's your happy place. Camp Joy is your happy place, isn't it? And it really is. It's not only my happy place for me, it's a happy place for everybody. Please give to my happy place, to my Camp Joy. It is more appreciated than you will ever realize.
All right, next up is Digital Life Books. Candace Knight is their representative, and James Grizzle is their team lead.
Thanks. Hi. Well, we don't have a fancy video or anything. Our website's only been up since about the end of July, so we're really new. This has been a kind of a brainchild of a really good friend of mine, Colleen, who's here today. Something she's been wanting to do for a long time, and I've had the joy of working with her trying to make her dream come true. A stat I'm going to kind of throw out at you is that a child in foster care moves an average of 7 times. So that's really to kind of put in perspective. During that time, most children in foster care required, the families who take care of them are required to keep what's called a life book. And that life book is supposed to follow them through their entire time in foster care. And that life book is full of memories, pictures, documentation, you name it, it's in there. And what happens is, many times those life books get lost several times throughout that time, so you're constantly starting something over. So that child loses a lot of the memories that they have while they're growing up. And so what we're wanting to do is we've developed a website that we want to be able to have a place for families, social service agencies, to be able to store these memories forever for these kids, so as they move from location to location, they'll be able to keep them with them, and then be able to actually print them out and put them in a binder or a book and keep them as lifetime for memories. And so that's kind of what we're all about. And like I said, we have our website, we have a Facebook page, Twitter, all that kind of fun stuff. And what we're now working on is that piece that will allow families to keep their memories online for them to be able to access to. We've had a lot of feedback from state agencies, not only in Ohio, but in other states and even in Canada, who are very excited about this project and excited about what we're going to hopefully be able to give them as something that we want to be able to offer to them. So,
Next up is Bethany House, and they're also a repeat charity. We're going to expand on the project we did for them last year. Debbie Chapman is their representative, and Chris Ridenauer is their team leader.
Thank you. First, I just wanted to ask if there was anyone here that, I know I see one person that helped us last year with our project. Okay. Oh, good. It's good to see John. Okay. Anyway, I just wanted to say that they did an amazing job. We came in last year really needing a brand new website, and they built us one that was amazing. So for all of you here that are having that done for you this weekend, you'll really be thrilled with the job they can do. It was amazing. For myself, I just found out that I always knew I was technically challenged, but after being with them, I knew it was worse than that. But anyway, Bethany House, one of the things from when last year what I really wanted to see happen was, we're a social service agency, but most people know us more by our emergency shelter for homeless women and children. But we also have transitional housing and permanent housing. We have different resources that we help the women find that they need. And so there's a lot more, for a lot more than that. We do have a video at BethanyHouseServices.org that if you go to programs, I think it's programs and services. There's a 12-minute video that is really good at showing you what we do. And we're located in Fairmount, right outside of downtown Cincinnati, and we've been around for about 28 years. And the thing that, I'm the volunteer and special events director there, so I don't know all the details like our case managers do, but I just know that my heart mostly goes out to the children that I see, and that the children are the fastest and largest growing population of our homeless. And it's kind of like people don't really realize it, but even the average age of a homeless person in the United States is like 9 years old. So I'm really appreciative of having them have built us a website last year, and I know we've gotten a lot of attention from it. I've had a lot of people approach us, you know, with giving us maybe a $5,000 grant here and there from people finding us on the website and knowing that we fit what they're looking for and who they want to support, what causes they want to support. So it's been really great for me, but the one thing that was really funny is when we were sitting around the table last year and all of a sudden my email went off and said, "You've got mail." They were like shocked, and they were all looking around, they knew it was me, the old person. But so now about 10 days ago I got a smartphone and I hate it, but everybody loves it. And the funny thing is I found out that it's really complicated. I just wanted an easy phone, but what happened is I could get reimbursed more at work for this than I could my old-fashioned one, so I got stuck with it. I'm saving myself like $50. So hopefully I will know how to use it. I bet I can get some tips this weekend. But anyway, I'm just really happy with the way it turned out last year. I feel like it has given us a lot of attention, and I just thought they did an amazing job, and I'm really proud of our website. The thing I wanted to see this year, I call it phase 2, is just to have some fun things on it, something that, I don't even know how to explain all the things. One thing is our board members are wanting to be able to go to our website and communicate amongst each other. And someone here, I think it was Camp Joy or something, they knew the technical words better than I do. They want to be able to go to a secure place and they can communicate with each other, read minutes or whatever they want to do in that one site so they can save on paper too. Just trying to think. I just am really grateful for everything that they did, and I'm so happy that they picked us again this year. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
It's Phyllis Enos and Suresh Devanan, I pronounced that right, I'm sorry, is their team lead.
Well, I want to, since I'm last, I'm going to thank you all again for everything that you're doing for everybody here, and it's so exciting to see all the other groups that are here and getting work done that they couldn't afford or couldn't have otherwise. So thank you all. I just want to say our group is so new. We have very little things to show for our efforts yet, but how we got started, first of all, we're the Education and Development Initiative, and we are providing cultural and educational experiences for Middle Eastern youth. And how we decided to do this was, I work for United Theological Seminary, and every year we take a trip to Israel. And we don't go just to see the Holy Land, we go to do a cultural exchange. And so when we went to Israel, we went to Palestine most of our trip, and we were seeing houses. We arrived on a Bedouin village, and they had just torn a house down because it didn't, they had enlarged it because the foundation was falling down. So to enlarge it, they had to dig down outside the house, and because it was about 6 inches larger than it was before, the house was torn down. And there's just so many things happening that was adverse to their economy. And we were leaving there thinking, what can we do to help people to grow and to be able to do more with their lives? And we sat on a porch one afternoon and met this young family, and a young man at 22 years old, and we asked him if he was going to, what he was going to do with his life. And he said, well, I'm going to be a street vendor. And so we said, well, why don't you go to the university? And he said, not possible. And long story short, we came back and was trying to find means to help him go to school. And we decided, since there was no funding available, my husband and I and some friends decided that we would start writing grants and we would pool our money. And we have one young man coming in January if he gets his visa approved, and we believe we have all the paperwork in order so that can happen. So our website is to let other people know what we're doing and to be able to raise funds to make this happen. And I don't know if any of you know Posse. It's an organization in Chicago that started in Chicago, and they bring young people together to go to school together in order to help them to be successful. And so we're thinking of the same endeavor, and so we're bringing 6 students. As soon as we raise the money for 6 students to go to the university, we've talked with Wright State, and they're helping us to plan this and organize this and get the I-20s and the English education that will be required. So it's a big endeavor, but we've got a lot of people who's working to help make this happen. And you guys are going to help us make other people aware of what we're trying to accomplish. So I want to thank you, and I'm looking forward to the weekend.
All right, so we have a few wrap-up logistic things here. First of all, team leads, and those of you who have been team leads before know how we operate this. We're going to start tonight at least having stand-ups in the command center every 2 hours, and then we'll adjust that as teams go. That's mainly just to see who needs help, who needs more people, who's having issues, etc., sort of thing. Also in there, we will have a job board. So if you come and say, I need someone that has SQL Server expertise, we'll list that up on the board. So then if you find someone that has it, we'll send them your direction, sort of thing. In addition, we'll have a call me list in there. If you're going home and saying, I want to go home for a few hours, I don't have a lot to work on, but if you really need someone to do this, I'll come back and do that. So we'll put you and your name on the list so you can come back. Reiterate that we're closing Saturday night at midnight, open at 7 a.m. And then one other note, because a lot of people had listed it on their application, special dietary needs. Can't really do much about the meal tonight, but let us know what those are so we can help out tomorrow and Sunday as well to make sure we accommodate that. A few lessons learned from previous GiveCamps. One thing to know for everybody, and this is the national GiveCamp policy, what happens at GiveCamp stays at GiveCamp. However, you are encouraged to help your charity pass this weekend if you want, but there's no requirement of being a volunteer to help pass this weekend. So just to make sure everybody knows that you don't have to be stuck doing this the rest of your lives if you don't want to. The other thing to note, and I mentioned this about the training earlier, some projects in the past have been wasted because the charities didn't have proper training, didn't know how to operate what was provided, etc., sort of thing. This GiveCamp has done a very good job, but there's still been a few exceptions. Some of the other GiveCamps have listed as a lot of issues. So I know documentation is boring, training is boring, but it might be one of the highest priority things you do this weekend, actually, especially if you don't want to be the one bothered for the rest of your life, sort of thing. So, another thing, and this is credit to Ryan down here, have it deployable early and often. You never know when people are going to have to leave. You never know when if your charity contact has a family emergency or something. So have it as soon as you can deployable, and then just keep adding to it, a sort of thing. And then every once in a while, teams are waiting for something to build, set up a server, etc., sort of thing. If you have some downtime on your team, by all means, you can relax if you want. They encourage that as well. But you can check around other teams too and see if somebody else needs help. Especially a lot of teams are using the same technologies, so you might be able to help out there fairly easily. So some of you may know your teams. Some of you do not for sure because you're not on a team yet. There's a couple pages of teams here. I'll give a couple minutes for you to look through this. The logistics of how we're going to do this now is everybody's going to go out these doors after we're done with a short motivational video that Mike put together. And dinner is set up outside of these doors. If you're on a team, you can head to your team room. There's signs that will direct you where to go. If you're not on a team, come back in here in the auditorium. We'll fill in the holes for people that didn't show up. And then we have some additional charities that we added this week because we had so many volunteers sign up the last 2 weeks. We needed to add more charities. Can go on to the next screen here so everybody can check to see if their name's up there.
If you need to know this, just come find us if you don't know already.
And the roster's at the front desk too. So. We'll be going around shortly to see who's missing people on their team in order to be able to fill in the holes. So. All right, so to wrap things up, our last.